So this is a guy, he's on TikTok, or I think it's TikTok, one of those platforms. Anyways, so he is not a Hells Angel, but he is a member of another 1% motorcycle group. And he said the only reason that Hells Angels, if they are on the way, would get involved is because if one of their own was messed with. Like a friend of the club, relative of the club, relative friend of somebody who's in the club. If somebody was messed with in their club. And he said that would be the only reason they would get involved. And he said the news won't even talk about it when it's all said and done. Well, and then, I thought that was interesting he said that, because I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked, and all I saw was social media talking about the Hells Angels. And, I called the Aurora police earlier today and talked to the police staff, and he said, yeah, they're getting non-stop calls about gangs taking over these apartments. Non-stop complaints. He said they're non-stop. So, I don't know why the chief of police is out there talking about, they're there and they're talking to the people, and she was talking to the media saying that's not happening. But then, I don't think that staff member's lying when he's saying they're getting non-stop complaints. And none of the people that was out there, the residents, were talking to the media. The media was only there to talk to the police, and they were showing how the police were there at the apartments to try to put on a show that they're out there protecting and whatnot. But none of the residents were talking to the media. They were interviewing the media, but there are videos online where, in fact, there are people who live there, and they was talking about what they're having to go through just so they can go to bed at night, how many locks and how many devices they have to use to keep their door from being kicked in by these terrorists. And another lady who had to move because of what was happening, and she's trying to help other people to get out, and the people who were living there. So they're lying. It is a cover-up. But not one media. There was one, it wasn't like a mainstream media, it was more like some kind of independent blogger type media. Not one media. And it's weird. Because, even the media covers stuff, even if it's just a rumor. There's a fake news report going around on social media. I mean, it's viral. This is viral. There's big debates. Yes, they're coming. No, they're not coming. There's a lot of, spin going on about whether or not the Hells Angels are on their way. But not one media report. And I'll show you. You can tell how many times that this has already been searched. Because first time I searched, this is already coming up. So I'm just going to Google just to search it. You already got a lot of people that's looking for it. I wouldn't call this media. But Latin Times and one other person was covering it. Times Now. So those are just independent. That's not I'm talking about mainstream media. None of the Colorado media. All this is just social media. Nothing. There's nothing. Don't you find that odd? But it's all over the social media, though. Not one ABC, NBC, AP, Fox News, nothing. Silence. MSN. But, where's the mainstream media? Nothing. And they're using an old picture. And so that's the closest thing to anything media that has covered it. And so you've got this chief, she's out there saying, well, it might have some gang members there, but they're not taking over the complex. But you could hear in my video that I posted on YouTube today, I asked him, I said, are the gangs taking over the complex? He said, well, we're getting non-stop complaints that that's what's happening. So why is this chief saying something completely different? You've got them on video. Their faces are right there. Like this guy right here. If you play the video, his face, he's not even trying to cover his face. You see them with these weapons, and all of them are armed. Why aren't they walking right up to those people and, arresting them? Okay? But anyways, so that's, the closest thing to anything media is not, I don't even really consider this media, but Times Now Digital, so just independent type, bloggers, but nothing mainstream media. There's no, local news for Colorado, nothing. That's weird. When he says that the news won't even talk about it when it's all said and done. Why? Why won't the news talk about it? Are the members of the media in the club? I don't know. It's just weird because if anybody's ever served in law enforcement, from what I've understood, on their application process to join, they don't allow anybody in the former law enforcement. I don't know. But why would he say this? Why would he say this? But the news won't even talk about it when it's all said and done. Why? Why would he say that? That's interesting. I want to know why. Why wouldn't the news talk about it? And why isn't the news talking about it? Because they're not. I just find it interesting. Why do you think they're not talking about it?